Hello everyone, and welcome back to one of the last conceptual videos for crochet that I'm going to be doing for a little while. After this we'll get into some projects, but today I'm going to be teaching you the concept of a color change in crochet. And I've got a piece here that we're going to do a couple different color changes, and you will see what that looks like. I just wanted to show you an example of a work that used quite a few color changes. Here is this little hanging tapestry guy, and it's some mountains here, but if you take a look here, so each time, and you know from single crochet and learning the double crochet and all that, and working in rows, so each time we did have to change color of the yarn, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. But yeah, so as we go back and forth we had to change color each time. So you can see as we get to these rows up here, we were in this orange, then we changed to white, then we changed to brown, then we changed to white, then we changed to brown and white and orange and blue. And so it gets to be a lot, and it gets to be a lot of different pieces you're working with on the back. I'll show you with here. So, and there's also two different ways that you can do a color change, and one involves leaving them on the back and then just kind of cutting them off and leaving it a little bit messier. But for this work that was definitely necessary because of the so many moving parts and so many moving yarns. But with this one I actually worked the end in when I changed colors, so you can't tell where the end is. I actually worked it in, and I will show you exactly how to do that for this one. Leaving it out is a little bit more self-explanatory. You just kind of tie it off and cut the rest of the yarn off. So for this first one, let's get right into it. And we're going to change colors right in the middle of the row here, and then I'll do another chunk of, pink. We're going to change back to pink, and then I'll show you how to change colors right on the end, so it's more of a seamless change and you don't have it right in the middle. If maybe you want to do a blocked scarf or something, I don't know. But so let's go ahead and get started, and these are just single crochets. Got my 5mm crochet hook. So to do a color change with single crochet, you're actually going to start the single crochet with one color and end it with another, and that's how you do it seamlessly. So watch carefully here. We're going to go to do our single crochet, we're going to put our hook through and grab the yarn, pull through, but before pulling this yarn here, we're actually going to leave it aside and just kind of hold it down here for now. Doesn't really matter too much, but this is where we're going to take our next color, and we are going to loop it onto our hook, and you're going to have to hold it. Again, this can be a little bit awkward. A lot of things in crochet are when you're beginning. But so yeah, we've got this. We've started with the gray stitch. We actually did not finish it, just put it to the back, hold it down, and we've got this pink yarn that we just looped on here. Alright, so now we are going to pull this through these two. So it's just like we finished the stitch with pink. Alright, so you can tighten these, just pull all three of them, and make sure to have your handy yarn scissors nearby. And I'm actually going to cut this gray one off because we do not need it, and we'll cut it a little bit more later, but let's get this out of here. So now that we've got these two ends here, we are actually going to pull them tight and kind of try to pinch them along the work, but we are going to just single crochet right over them. Alright, so here they are, and we're going to just keep on single crocheting as if nothing ever happened. Alright, and keeping them held down right here. And now that we've done the first stitch, they're a lot more secured here. Let's do maybe one more to secure them down. Alright, so now I'm going to actually cut these off a bit more. Alright, and then we're just going to single crochet across the rest of these. And as you can see, there we have our very own color change. Perfect. Pretty seamless. So now, and that's a good example of one in the middle, let me crochet a little chunk and I'll be right back, and then we will do another color change but right on the end. It's the same concept, it just looks a little bit different, the process. Alright, so we are back and I've got a couple more rows here of pink. But yeah, so if you wanted to, let's say, not have this kind of awkward thing here, unless you're following a pattern, it doesn't really matter, but if you wanted to have seamless color change between rows, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. And if you notice here, I did leave the last stitch undone, and that is key to color changing here. And just a noteworthy, I think some people will tie the ends of the yarn together, and they'll try to work those in, but in my opinion, that's just really bulky when there's a big old knot in there, and the ends will peek out anyway, so yeah, this is what works best for me. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started with this next kind of color change. And so yeah, again, we're going to start the stitch. We're going to go into this last one, yarn over and pull through once. We've got these two here. And I'm going to just go ahead and chop this off, just like last time, this pink one. Alright. So don't need that one, but we're going to switch to gray here. And so just hold this one down here, try to keep it kind of tight with your fingers here. And we're going to again loop it onto the hook. We're going to pull through both stitches. Alright, just like last time. And so the only difference is kind of how you're going to hold these up to work them in to the piece again. Alright, so we've got our stitch here. We're going to chain one, since this is the end of the row. Chain one, and we're going to flip our work. But these ones we're going to, so they'd normally be down here, right? And so we're going to pull these up here and kind of pinch here so they're up here, and once they're secured it'll be a lot less awkward. So now that we've got them right here, we're going to just keep on single crocheting, and if you need to pull them up, try to see where your stitches are, feel free. Again, pretty awkward as you can tell. Alright, so now got one secured. Let's just do a couple over top of these, holding them down as you go. Alright, and I'd say that's pretty good. So let's go ahead, cut these off. Alright, and crochet over them. And I'll finish up this row here. Alright, so I went ahead and finished off a few more rows just to show you the difference, but as you can see, when we switched colors right on the end, it's a much clearer change here as compared to this one and this one, which, you know, again, just depends on the pattern, but this is just two different ways that you can do it. And little bonus, I wanted to show you how to finish off a work, because I guess I haven't showed that yet, but you are essentially just going to stitch in the end. So I cut off my yarn, this is where our hook was, but we are actually going to pull this end of the yarn through the loop and tighten it real tight. So we've got something like this, and then you're gonna grab a regular old yarn needle. This one's like a metal one, but I know they also have plastic ones. So whatever works. So then we're just gonna thread it here and weave in the end. So, and you don't have to go very far, just enough to get that end out of sight. So maybe this far. We're just gonna pull it through, pull it tight, and snip the end. Careful not to cut your work, because then it will unravel. But, so yeah, here's this random little piece we did here with the color change, and that's how you finish off your work. As you can tell, we cannot see the end of anything actually. But yeah, that is one of the last concepts I'm going to be teaching you, and look forward to some new projects in the future. So thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.